Obviously, new antenna is a very good opportunity for satellite market. Technically speaking, when we are talking about the new technology in the satellite industry, basically, or the ground segment, from my standpoint, is a little bit lagging. Looking at the basically a communication as an ecosystem, we are talking about the satellite capacity and the ground segments, and mixing the satellite capacity with the ground segment, and obviously a value add of the service provider, satellite operators, teleport operators, we will make a customer experience, right? We are witnessing a lot of capacity or a lot of new constellations popping up. But at the meantime, we don't see that much news, at least, about the development in the ground systems, i.e. Antenna systems. I strongly believe new antenna, most especially the flat antenna or electronically steerable antenna, would be a very, very tremendous opportunity for satellite industry. But we need to take two major things into our consideration. The first one, obviously, is a price and is a financial factor. This antenna eventually has to be something cost effective for the customers, or basically we need to justify the cost. This is the first one. And the second one, which is about the reliability of the antenna, or basically such a solution. I strongly believe, and I'm strongly convinced, looking at the connectivity as ecosystems, from ground segments all the way to satellite operators and the end user experience, we do need to invest more into the ground segments. For me, it's pretty much look like a chicken and egg situation, right? We are witnessing a lot of promises in regard to the satellite capacity, or basically we are witnessing a lot of investment on orbit. I believe we need to have the similar investment on the ground segment as well. If we do the similar, or basically more or less the similar investments technologically in the ground segments, at the end of the day, we can have, or we can benefit, the entire market can benefit from the economy of scale. Talking about, for instance, one of the challenging part for the new antenna or for any new technology is the financial part. It makes sense for every and each manufacturer or every and each company to reduce the price if they meet certain demand, or they meet certain basically requirement. Better to say economy of scale. That's why I said is a chicken and egg situations. If flat panel antenna, better to say in general, they can really make value and give more value to the customer experience, help the satellite operators and service provider and teleport operators to ease the operation, to penetrate more into the customer and non-customer market. At the end of the day, everybody can benefit across the value chain. Yeah, big data is a very basically hot topic, obviously, and I look at the big data from two different angles. The first one is obviously the big data itself, the topic, is a very good potential for demand creations. Because all the organization, doesn't matter what kind of business they are in, they are moving to the data analytic. They want to have the access to the data, they want to analyze the data, they want to understand what is going on, they want to understand about the pattern of the behavior of the customers. They want to understand a little bit, they want to use this data actually in order to have a better business model for the future, right? more data means more connectivity. And more connectivity means we are coming to the pictures. This is the first one. I call it the external factors. Talking about the internal factors for teleport operators, satellite operators, service providers, we need to learn how we can extract the data from obviously our internal operation in order to understand what is the customer behavior, what kind of pattern of the behavior, what kind of the our customers, what kind of pattern of the behavior they have. It will help us to actually invest for the future. It will help us to understand what will come up in the future in order not to be surprised, in order not to actually invest in the wrong path. That is my standpoint from the big data internally and externally.